I draw inspiration from the people around me in the office. I draw inspiration from my clients. That human understanding is a critical piece to being a storyteller and a content creator. Without that human understanding, there's nothing.
There's something you quoted as saying is that brands should act like publishers and think like media networks. Can you elaborate on that for me?
Yeah, you constantly get asked, hey, what should we be doing on Facebook? What should our Facebook strategy be? What I kind of flip back is it's not really the right question, because it's not about what you should be doing on Facebook. It's actually what Facebook should be doing for your network. And what role does Facebook play in the overall channel architecture that supports the network at the brand level, right? So over the last 8 years or so, I've always looked at it as my responsibility to continue pushing and to keep driving thought leadership into the organization that I've built. And as a result of that, I have to think about what's next. And an editorial calendar is not good enough anymore, right? Thinking about how many posts I have to put on my Facebook page a week is at such a micro level. And in order for brands to really gain the benefits of what social can bring to their kind of marketing mix, they have to elevate their thinking, and it's my job to push that agenda. I think understanding your brand voice, not just as it relates to my features and benefits and unique selling proposition, because let's be honest, nobody gives a crap, right? Certainly not in the social space, certainly not in and as it relates to content. So, our job is to translate that voice, that unique selling proposition, into something we call a social ID, an identity, right? And I used to do this back in the day when, I built networks at my time at Viacom, launched channels at Showtime, really thinking about, as a channel, as a publisher, who are you? Right? I used to produce TV for a long time at series and specials for VH1, right? So you produce a program at VH1, right? Or you're a development executive at VH1, you know the kinds of shows that you are looking for, what to greenlight, what you need in order to fulfill the needs of your audience, right? So I could produce a travel show about, New York City and put it on VH1. I could also produce that same travel show and put it on the BBC, but the tone is different, the pace is different, the music is different, because the audiences are entirely different, and people come to VH1 for a particular type of content, and people go to the BBC for a particular type of content. They can talk about the same thing, but they talk about it very differently. And so understanding who you are and what you stand for and what you represent, not based on your features and benefits, or the fact that your car has more horsepower than the other guy's car, right? It's about standing for performance. Right? And so I have to build the performance channel, and everything I talk about is about doing it better. That translation allows us to create and deploy content that is indeed authentic, but at the same time meets the needs of the brand and helps deliver on what the brand stands for, both in the marketplace and in the content world.
How do you think the change in the industry is happening in terms of people understanding what that value is versus direct ROI-driven value?
It's hard. I mean, we're not there yet, right? I mean, we're struggling constantly to think about what the right KPIs are. Certainly engagement, reach, right? Sentiment, certainly.
Sure.
There's still very touchy-feely, metrics. My belief is, if you've got limited resources and limited dollars today, social is probably the only place that you can actually build a brand that people know about, feel about, connect to. If you have lots of money, you buy your way into the market and onto the shelves. If you don't have that opportunity, you have to actually resonate, stand for something, mean something, and build a true brand. And social and content is one of the best ways to do that.